Assalamualaikum and hi to Madam Siti Faruza and also everyone that watching. So today my group will present to you on the Production Planning and Control (PPC) practiced by Farmfresh Berhad Company specifically in capacity planning topic. So here are our group members. As you can see from the slide, consists of 5 members which are Nur Ain, me myself, NurNabila Izzati, Zalia, Nurul, Izzah, Athirah, and lastly Muhammad Aiman. So the content that will be shared throughout this presentation are introduction for this assignment, challenges, benefits, and implementation, and also the conclusion based on the topic discussed, which is capacity planning related to Farmfresh Berhad Company. So next, I will pass to Nur Ain for the introduction.
Thank you, Nabila, and hi, my name is Nur Ain Binti Ramli. I will continue our presentation with getting to know more about our interviewee. As you can see, there are 3 sections there, and we move to the first section, which is personal information. Puan Nur Azlina binti Muhammad Amran is our interviewee. She is from Pahang, married with 1 daughter. Her age is 30 years old. Next, I will move to the education background of Puan Azlina. She got her diploma in banking at UiTM Jengka and pursued her degree at UiTM Kedah in operation management. Next, we move to her working experience, which is after degree, she worked at Port Klang Logistics Service for 3 months. After that, she worked as assistant manager at supermarket for 3 years. Puan Azlina get to work with Farmfresh as production supervisor for about 3 months, and she got promoted to be production and raw material planner in 2018 till now. So that is all from our interview information, and I will pass this presentation to NurNabila. Thank you.
Thank you, Nur Ain. And now we will look at the company background. So Farmfresh Berhad Company is a Holster subsidiary. Lloyd Tuan E founded Farmfresh in 2009, and it was the Malaysia's first milk company and sells milk directly to the consumer. They started with the Farmfresh Market, and their headquarters is in Kota Tinggi, Johor, with branches and farms in Larkin, Johor, and also Muazzam Shah, Pahang. So the largest milk producer in Farmfresh Berhad is in Muazzam Shah, Pahang, which is where our interviewee is working. Lloyd Tuan E recognizing that many Malaysia firms provided reconstituted or powdered milk, so he bought a small plot of land in Johor and imported 60 Holstein Jersey cows from Australia and founding Farmfresh Milk Berhad. Lloyd wasn't expecting that Farmfresh rapid growth, so to build his business, he teamed with his old acquaintance, which is Azmi Zainal, and brought in Khazanah Nasional as an investor, and this partnership fueled the organization's expansion. Next, I will pass to Nur Ain for the first challenges.
Thank you, Nabila. Next, we will look what challenge faced by Farmfresh in terms of lack of skilled worker. Firstly, what is lack of skilled worker? The term skilled worker refers to a person who is capable of performing their job duties due to their education, training, and experience. Some examples of skilled worker are skilled human resource, which are those people who have mastered their skill in certain profession, such as professors, doctors, truckers, pilots. In addition, how the skilled labor shortage is impacting manufacturers. First and foremost, about overtime workdays. Farmfresh will boost production when demand rises. So manufacturing technician will put in more hours if there are enough people to do the project in the time promised. Secondly, having low quality candidates, which the candidate pools is minimal as a result of low unemployment rate. HR in Farmfresh departments are working more to discover eligible applicants. Due to the high level of competition, Farmfresh may be forced to engage individuals without the particular talents they required, and they need to educate them to perform the required tasks. So lastly, I will touch about disruption to capacity. Farmfresh are obligated to postpone taking on new tasks or lengthen their lead times when they are understaffed. Only so many clients are ready to wait longer for the products, and there are only so many additional hours to the employee can put in. Farmfresh should taking on the project that their organization can complete without adding additional stress to their already overworked personnel. So this is all for challenges. Thank you.
Thank you, Ain. The next challenges is efficiency. The term efficiency refers to the increasing the effectiveness and quality of the work to do. Farm Fresh Berhad import packaging for their product from another supplier that meet all the requirements in terms of reliability and cost. It may affect the efficiency of the production if they have delay in the delivery of the packaging, and there will be a disruption in the production in terms of cutting the milk to meet the demand of the consumer. Next, increased expenses are incurred because of packaging line delay, manufacturing downtime, customer turnover and brand damage caused by frequently long and unpredictable delay. It is essential to understand the organization as a whole to ensure that the packaging will not cost the firm extra in the long run. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Ms. Izzah. My name is Mohd Aiman bin Azman, and for the next part, I will be talking about the next challenges, which is wastages. Waste can be defined as action that does not add any value to the customer. In general, waste is an unnecessary step in a manufacturing process that does not benefit the customers, or in other words, waste is any expense that is expended but does not transform raw materials into the items that are required by the customer. Furthermore, waste can be classified into two types, which are necessary waste and pure waste. Necessary waste is the waste that does not add any value but it is necessary and important in the business production, while pure waste is the waste that does not add any value and also not necessary for the business production. There are different types of wastages that are available. However, there are 7 types of wastages that are commonly faced by manufacturing company, which are waste of inventory, waste of transportation, waste of motion, waste of waiting, waste of overproduction, waste of overprocessing, and also waste of defects. For Farm Fresh Company, there are 4 types of wastages that the company need to handle. The first one is inventory waste. Inventory waste is any supply in excess of process requirement necessary to produce goods or services for just-in-case situation, also known as just-in-time concept. The cause of inventory waste is such as inaccurate forecasting systems. Second one is motion waste. Motion waste is any movement of people, machinery, or resources that does not contribute any added value or benefits to the product. The cause of motion waste is such as ineffective plant layouts. The third one is waiting waste. Waiting waste can be defined as any idle time that occurs when the events are not fully synchronized. Examples of waiting waste are such as production bottlenecks. The fourth and the last one is overprocessing waste. Overprocessing waste refers to any additional effort added in production or communication that does not add any value or benefits to the product or service. Example of overprocessing waste is such as production of endless product. And for the next part, I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Aiman. Now we will move to the second challenges, which is number of resources. Good freight milk is required for the creation of high-quality dairy products. If capacity isn't properly assessed, it might lead to costly overtime, waste, delay of shipment, or even additional capital expenditure to make up for the loss of the revenue. In the context of number of resources here, interviewer refer to the number of machines in production line and also the materials. This is because the production will keep going if there is a demand and also resources. Milk has a shelf life or the time it may be stored before deteriorating or becoming unsafe. In order to maintain the quality of the product, Farm Fresh Berhad need to have a cleaning process by removing any leftover milk soils or organic or even mineral solid that have formed in the equipment surfaces, which may cause the contamination and also the damage to the product. Farm Fresh requires packaging in various sizes since they manufacture 3 different sizes, which are 135 milliliters, 200 milliliters, and also 1 liter. By utilize 4 primary machinery, which is mixing, cooking, accepting tank, and also cutting machine. As a result, the data collected from the sales team required to be accurate in order to have effective capacity planning in terms of packaging materials, as it is imported from the other countries. The cleaning process similarly must be complied to the schedule and be managed by the skilled workers in order to avoid machine breakdowns or delay, which will impact the lead time and also resource utilization efficiency. So next, I will pass to Zalia for the next challenge.
Thank you, NurNabila Izzati. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Binti Zamzuri, and now I will continue with delay or stoppage as one of the challenges in capacity planning. So, what is delay and stoppage? Delay is a period of time such as the act of delaying, procrastination, or lingering inactivity before an event occurs. On the other hand, stoppage is a pause or a halt of some activity. The cause of delay in production may occur due to the unpleasant weather conditions that may have an impact on an organization's ability to import commodities from other places.
FarmFresh import part of its product from countries such as Pakistan, Japan and Singapore, and there may be delays in shipment due to bad weather. As Malaysia has a tropical environment, the cargo via sea freight will be influenced and it will be extremely tough and demanding for FarmFresh, especially if the delay happens near peak seasons such as Ramadan for the production of dates milk. On the other hand, the stoppage of production may be caused by the downtime or breakdown of machinery. An unexpected stoppage is a period of interruption in production caused by equipment failure or breakdown, and it will later necessitate maintenance planning in the future. FarmFresh has 3 filling machines for 125ml, 200ml and 1-liter cartons, which are TBA19, HCF and TBA8 respectively. Due to the continual use of the filling machines for milk production, there will be cracks in the machine if they are not cleaned properly. As a result, it will reduce manufacturing efficiency and cause a drop in production quality. That is all from me. Now, I will pass my baton to the next presenter, which is Nur Ain, to explain more about the benefits of capacity planning.
Next, we will move to benefits of capacity planning, which is first one, able to manage manpower accordingly. When a business recognizes that its employees are the key to its success, they must operate them strategically and ethically rather than selfishly. They must first appreciate their staff in order to motivate them successfully. So it is their responsibility to keep them productive and to maximize their contribution to FarmFresh business. Firstly, let's know more about labor required. In managing capacity planning, the planner may appropriately manage the workforce. This is because in order to prepare for the capacity, they must first know the amount of labor required to make their product in the most efficient and effective way. So now let's take a look at the second point there in our slide. Regarding FarmFresh, the planner must go through with the production supervisor about the amount of labor available and required to operate the machine. According to the example provided by our interviewee, if there are 4 machines ready for manufacturing, there must be 16 workers to operate them. It is all from me, and we will continue with the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Nur Ain. Now we will move to the capable to set up a good production schedule. So based on the interview, Azina herself as a planner said capacity planning is a benefit in order to set up a good production schedule. This is because she has all the details for the production factors for a specific period of time. As you can see from the slide, it is cost effectiveness as she is able to make judgment concerning the company's resources, equipment and also labor, which is efficient from a financial standpoint. When the resources is efficiently managed, it will reduce a number of waste generated through the production process and save in cost. So the planner itself can make appropriate use of the company budget and cut costs of the production as a result of taking expenses into consideration while designing the scheduling plan. Next is allocation of resources. These resources include raw materials, labor, and also financial assets. Production scheduling specifies which resources to use, how to use them, and how much is needed. This ensures that planners to have enough supplies. A shortage of materials must stop the manufacturing, while an oversupply can generate unnecessary waste. Scheduling will help business calculate the right quantity for each of the products. Lastly is communication. Production scheduling explains job responsibilities, set delivery deadlines and request input to adjust the process. So manufacturer can inform the suppliers what raw materials they need, how much and when by using a schedule. Setting a production schedule or organizing production staff are the key steps. Executing the schedule encourages them to always communicate with details and help manager to organize the entire manufacturing process at each of scheduling level. And next, I will pass to Nurul Izzah, and thank you from me.
Thank you, Nabila. The last benefits of capacity planning is managing operating costs. Strategic capacity planning is essential as it helps the organization in meeting the future requirement of the organization. Planning ensures that operating costs are maintained at a minimum possible level without affecting the quality. It ensures the organization remain competitive and can achieve the long-term growth plan. First, reduce resource costs refer to the resource capacity planning, enable the organization to determine the most cost-effective strategy to fulfill future resource need. It will allow management to see which employee is working on and assess their strengths and weaknesses in order to implement changes to upcoming projects based on the person's skill and availability. Next is enhanced systematic budgeting. Using capacity planning, management team can assess data and design a systematic budgeting. Effective capacity strategy is essential for an organization to accurately fulfill short and long-term market demand. Organization can monitor and manage expenses by evaluating current capacity and what is required to enhance or reduce the capacity. A capacity plan considers the organization in terms of workload. This is important because management team can look at their current workload and decide to downsize the workforce if there are too many outgoing expenses. Therefore, capacity planning is used to monitor expenses and make improvement to stay on track over the time. That's all. Next, I will pass to the next presenter, Muhammad Aiman.
For the next part is the capacity planning implementation. Here is the capacity planning implementation that has been implemented by FarmFresh company. The capacity planning implementation by FarmFresh involves the production process of the product. There are 3 different processes for the production process, which involve production process for 125 ml, production process for 200 ml, and also production process for 1 liter. All the 3 production process use almost all the same production machines, which are mixing, cooking, septic tank, and cartoning. However, for the filling machines, each of the production process use different type of filling machines. Here is an example of calculation for efficiency of machine for the production process of 200 ml. The calculation shows the calculation time needed for one cycle for different efficiency. It calculated the time for 100% efficiency, 90% efficiency, and also 80% efficiency.
So, as a result from the interview session with the production and raw material planner, which is Nur Ain Binti Muhammad Amran, FarmFresh has faced some problems in capacity planning, which include lack of skilled manpower, number of resources, wastages, efficiency, and delay or stoppages. Other than discussing the challenges, focusing on the scope of capacity planning, we have also interviewed Nur Ain regarding the benefits of it. Based on the information obtained from the interview session, FarmFresh has been able to manage manpower accordingly, and they are also capable of setting up a proper and good production schedule and able to manage their operating costs efficiently. Based on what we have learned from our interviewee, capacity planning and the whole production planning and control itself is really important in an organization, especially for the manufacturing companies. This is because a good production planning and control will determine how clean the production process will be able to be done. Before we end our presentation, here we would like to display to you the production process that occurs in Muazzam factory for your future references. With that, I will now end this presentation with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for lending us your ear, and I hope you all have a nice day ahead.